Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'll be reacting to What is the Purpose of Life? Sadhguru. So, I just watched What is the Purpose of Life, or What is the Purpose of Life basic from Osho, but that'll be coming out tomorrow if everything comes out in the proper time frame. And now I'm getting into Sadhguru's, and this is I think this will play into What is the Purpose of My Birth, which I did a reaction to some time ago. So again, to answer this one, just in case you didn't watch my Osho ones, there is, I believe, kind of two purposes of life. One is the very basic of life, is just to survive, to continue on living, whatever that means. Either if you live forever, then it doesn't matter if you procreate or not, because you live forever, or to procreate so that your species continues on living. Because if your purpose is to die, then you can get that knocked out right away, and then you're done. No more species of your kind. But I do believe the extreme basic purpose of life is to continue on living. So for us human beings, there's no purpose to life other than the basic one. But that doesn't mean that you can't create your own purpose. And sometimes it'll take a while for you to find a purpose, and hopefully the purpose for that is for you to do good, to help out other people, and hopefully nothing bad. Hopefully no one finds, we are such a variety of people that there are some people that'll find purpose in bad purposes, basically. Hopefully, which I do believe, more people find good purposes in life. So anyways, let's go ahead and give this video a shot. Chance? Oh, CC. Gotta remember.
Okay, so what's really the purpose of life? If you can give an insight on that.
There is no purpose.
Thank you.
Isn't it fantastic that if there's no purpose, you have nothing to fulfill, you can just live?
Yeah, okay. So, I'm sorry, I paused it so soon. But that's the thing. That's why I wanted to watch both Osho's and Sadhguru's, just in case I didn't understand one. Maybe one explains better than the other, and maybe the other one can explain what the other one I didn't quite understand. So that's why I love listening to many different kinds of opinions. When I watch reviews of stuff, I watch many reviews on one thing. Just one thing. I watch many reviews on it because people will explain things differently and people will show things differently, and that's why I'd never ever take things from one source. It's just because you don't necessarily always get all the information, or sometimes they may do something wrong, sometimes it's best to take it from more than one source. I don't think, maybe I didn't understand it Osho very well, but the thing is that the thing that clicked right there was the fact that if there is no purpose in life, then you can just live, which was honestly mind-blowing at that moment. That's why I paused it. I'm sorry. I need to stop pausing and stop talking so much, but that was just a revelation right there that kind of cleared up a lot of things. Because if there's still there's a little bit of a question there about if there is no purpose in life and you can just live, then what's the purpose of living? Okay. And that goes down the rabbit hole of what Sadhguru said, and I think in one of his Harvard videos, where it says if you start finding out, okay, what's the atom? What's smaller than the atom? What's smaller than an electron? What's smaller than a nucleus? What's smaller than the proton? What's smaller than the neuron? You're going to start, one answer brings up 100 questions, which is what I just did there. If there's no purpose in life, then you can just live, then what's the purpose of living? Which is the purpose of life in general.
No, but you want a purpose. And not a simple purpose, you want a God-given purpose. It's very dangerous. People who think they have a God-given purpose are doing the cruelest things on the planet. Yes or no?
I mean, I would say yes and no. It depends on… There are some extremists out there who will say you must believe what we believe, and then there are people out there who will help you because they feel that because of what they believe their God to be, that helping people will elevate them or give a good favor to their gods. And there are just some people out there who are good whether they believe in a God or not.
They are doing the most horrible things, and they've always been doing the most horrible things. Because when you have a God-given purpose,
you think you're always
life
right.
Here becomes less important than your purpose.
That's
Life is
yeah.
important. Life is important. When I say life, I am not talking about your family, your work, what you do not do, your party. I'm not talking about that as life. This is life, isn't it? Life is within you or around you. The ambience of life, you're mistaking the ambience of life for life. Your home, your family, your workspace, your party, this is all ambience of life. This is not life, isn't it? Yes or no?
True, actually, yeah.
You're mistaking the ambience for the real thing. No.
And I will say that's probably a very Western. I mean, a lot of people I do believe think like that, but well, I think a lot of people do think that, more than just Westerners, though. But for sure, a lot of people do believe that too. Life is about experiencing life, and that's including partying, your family, purchasing expensive stuff, eating different foods, which I do believe that to be a good thing in life. But yeah, absolutely.
Life is important because it's the only thing you know. You don't know anything else. Do you know something else? Rest is all imagined stuff, isn't it? The only thing is that this is beating and alive, and that's all there is. So is this important? It is of paramount importance. Not you as a person, that's not important. But you as a piece of life, it's very important. Because that is the basis of everything. When I say that is the basis of everything, the universe exists for you only because you are, isn't it? Yes or no? The world exists for you only because you are, otherwise it wouldn't exist in your experience. So, in every way, this is important. So what is the purpose for this?
To live?
See, if you had a purpose and if you fulfilled it, after that what would you do?
Find another purpose. And that cycle continues.
After that what would you do? Bored, isn't it? It is just that life is so intricate and so phenomenally intricate that if you spend 10,000 years looking at it carefully, you still will not know it entirely. If you spend 1,000,000 years looking at it with absolute focus, still you will not know it in its entirety. That's how it is. Is there a meaning to it? The greatest thing about life is that there is no meaning to it. This is the greatest aspect of life, that it has no meaning to it and there is no need for it to have a meaning. It is the pettiness of one's mind that it is seek a meaning, because psychologically you will feel kind of unconnected with life if you don't have a purpose and a meaning. People are constantly trying to create these false purposes. Now, they were quite fine and happy, suddenly they got married, now the purpose is the other person. Then they have children, now they become miserable with each other. Now the whole purpose that I go through all this misery is because of the children. Like this it goes on. These are things that you are causing and holding these as purposes of life. And is there a God-given purpose? What if God does not know you exist? No, I'm just asking by chance.
Well, every religion believes their God knows everything, knows what's going to happen in the future and the past, and everything is laid down the plan and nothing can change that plan.
I'm saying in this huge cosmos for which God is supposed to be the creator and the manager of this 100 billion galaxies, in that this tiny little planet and you, suppose he doesn't know that you exist, what to do? Possible or no? I'm sorry, I'm saying such sacrilegious things, but is it possible or no?
I will say, prior to most religions, it's like, no, that's impossible. God knows everything. He's infinite, all-powerful. Although I will say, sorry, when I said all powerful, it made me think of this contradiction that a lot of people have said. It's like if he's all powerful, then he can create something that he cannot. He can create something that he cannot move, and if he cannot move it, he's not all powerful, which is a contradictory term. Which is it was really mind blowing when I first heard that. It's like if he is in fact all powerful, then he can in fact create something that he cannot move. But if he cannot move it, then he's not all powerful. Which was mind blowing for me.
What if he doesn't know that you exist? What if he doesn't have a plan for you? Suppose he doesn't have a plan for you, an individual plan for you.
Individual plan. This is your specialized plan.
Don't look for such things. The thing is, the creation is made in such a way that creation and creator cannot be separated. Here you are a piece of creation, at the same time the source of creation is throbbing within you. If you pay little attention to this process of life, you would not need any purpose, it'll keep you engaged for 1,000,000 years if you want. There is so much happening. So much means so much unbelievable things are happening right here. If you pay enough attention, 1,000,000 years of existence, it'll keep you busy or more. Right now, the need for purpose has come because you're trapped in your psychological structure, not in your life process. Psychologically, your psychological structure functions from the limited data that it has gathered. Within that,
I will say that is absolutely true for me. I do obviously gather as much data as I can from my own experiences, from watching videos, from talking to people to see what they say, and that's why I always try to gather as much data. And the reason why I believe learn the easy way and not the hard way. And what I mean by that is that, say walking around at night, you walk around and all of a sudden you stub your toe, and then you realize like, okay, I need a flashlight. You learn the hard way why you don't walk around at night. Now, the easy way of that is like, oh yeah, you talk to your friends like, oh man, my toe hurts. He's like, why? It's like, yeah, I was walking around at night at the dark. I should have had a flashlight. You're like, oh, I walk around at night. I need to get me a flashlight too, otherwise I'll stub my toe. That's the easy way. It's learning from other people's mistakes. But yes, I'm definitely very much that. I do gather information as much as I can from listening, talking to people, watching videos, and personal experience, learning the hard way. And from that I base, that's the only way. I do believe a lot of people will, you know, I don't want to say sanely, but reasonably judge things, you know. I personally experience this and I need to do this because of that, because I've experienced that, or because I've heard of this.
it rolls. And right now, your thought and emotion has become far more important than your life, isn't it so? Isn't it so? So because of this, you're seeking a purpose as an escape from the trap that you have set for yourself.
Wow.
It is a trap set by you.
I
You can easily come out of it.
never thought about it that way. A purpose is a trap. It's an infinite loop. It's once you finish that one purpose, you find another one. Because if you cannot find a purpose, you feel like you're bored, you're trapped, you don't know what to do, I think. I'm not sure, I never thought about it. I never thought about what happens if you cannot find a purpose. And because I think maybe there are people out there who cannot find a purpose, and it's not necessarily, and some of them go astray because they don't have a purpose in life, so they become destructive. But I think it's because they don't know. There's something that they don't know, which is, I think, what Osho and Sadhguru is trying to teach, is that you don't necessarily have to have a purpose, but you have to. I don't know how to. I've not thought about this, but I know there are people out there who, because they don't have a purpose, they become destructive. Not everyone, obviously, but there are people out there that, I guess maybe they're set in this, they see in their lives that people have purpose, and if they can't find their own, they become destructive. Well, there are other people out there who haven't found their purpose. They're sad because they don't have a purpose, not realizing that that's okay. I think that's it. That's it. The fact that if you don't have a purpose, that's fine. You can still live life. Well, there you go. Am I right? Did I make sense? Confirm or deny that? Let me know.
If the trap was set for you by somebody else, difficult to come out because they'll set the trap in such a way that you cannot come out, isn't it? I'm talking about life, not marriage, that's what I'm…
Oh God, Sadhguru, Jesus Christ,
That's
you're
what.
hilarious.
So this is a trap set by you. This is easy to come out, but that is the whole thing. Why it is so difficult is, now you're identified with the trap, you like it. You like it because it gives you a certain sense of
Purpose?
safety
Oh.
and security and protection and individual identity. If you build a cocoon around yourself, it gives you safety, but it also imprisons you. Walls of self-preservation are also walls of self-imprisonment. When it protects you, you like it. When it restricts you, you do not like it.
Both are one and the same, though, it seems.
That is why we have doors. We like the walls, because it's protecting us. But we have doors so that we can open it and get out when we want to. It doesn't matter how nice it is, we still want to go out, isn't it?
It's hilarious.
So that is how it is with every trap that you set. It doesn't matter how nice it is, you still want to go out. So the psychological wall that you have built, which gives you some sense of identity, which gives you some sense of being a person, an individual person, and which gives you security, beginning to experience it like a trap, somewhere you want to break it. So one way of not breaking it is to find a purpose. Those who find a purpose in their life, they become so conceited. They will live within their own trap forever, thinking that they're doing the most fantastic thing. First thing you need is balance. If you have balance, then you can climb. If you don't have balance, it's better you stay on the ground, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's true, you'll fall.
It's not safe for somebody who is not balanced to climb high. It's best you stay close to the ground, you should not climb. So, first thing is to establish a balance, then you loosen your psychological structure. Then it's a wonderful thing. If you loosen your psychological structure without balance, which a lot of people are doing today, see, why does somebody want to drink alcohol or take a drug? Because it loosens your psychological structure and makes you feel liberated for a moment.
Which I do agree. I've always thought that people who drink, I hear people say, "Oh, I drink because I just want to forget for a moment." It's like, that's not. Well, me personally, I don't believe that's a way to live life because, yeah, you are forgetting your responsibilities for a moment, a brief moment, but it doesn't make it actually go away permanently. I guess another thing I never really thought about with that was the fact that you have to be okay with your responsibilities. Because if you're not going to be okay with it, then you're going to be stressed out. So it's not that you want to put away your responsibilities, you have to just understand your responsibilities to better handle them. That, I think, the most important thing. So when you can handle your responsibilities, it's not something to stress out about. So you don't have to drink. You're just like, I know what I have to do, and I have a plan for it, and I'm going to execute it. No problem. As opposed to people who like, I have responsibilities tomorrow, I don't know what to do, and I just want to forget about it so I can relax. They're stressing about it, so they drink to de-stress. But I think that only just exacerbates the problem because now you just lost time to try to fix the problem. Instead of having 48 hours because you drank so much and you passed out, now you have 36 hours left because you passed out for 12 hours.
But without the necessary balance, you have not worked for the balance, but you got freedom. Freedom without balance is destruction, and not…
So it's basically like I was saying, like basically the freedom is to climb that wall, but because you don't have balance, you'll fall. So basically, once you wake up from that comatose drinking that you've done, you're gonna fall that high. Wow.
Isn't it?
Anarchy.
So, first thing is to work for balance, an enormous sense of balance, where even if you dismantle your psychological structure, you can simply live here. Dismantling your psychological structure is an important process because that is your trap, that is your security, that is your stability. At the same time, that's your trap. Because the walls are set, you feel secure, but that's also your trap. If you dismantle your trap, you also dismantle your security, isn't it? You also dismantle your sense of purpose. You also dismantle everything that matters to you. So that will need balance. Without balance, if you dismantle, you will go crazy. But don't look for a purpose, because if you look for a purpose, you're seeking madness. If you find one, you are sure mad. Yes. If you think you found a purpose in life, you for sure gone crazy.
Wow. I'm laughing because it's just like, this is not how I understand things. Again, I talked about this in the Osho video, which will be tomorrow, but I've done first, is the fact that I think it's okay to find purpose in life, but you have to realize that these purposes that you find are going to be just temporary things. If you don't understand it, then maybe, is that what he's saying basically? If you don't understand the fact that purposes are temporary things in life, that you're going to go crazy because I thought this purpose was supposed to fulfill me, but it's not. And then it's like, let me try this purpose. I'm done with it, but I'm still not fulfilled. And you're going to go crazy because you think every purpose that you create is going to be completely fulfilling the entirety of your life, and it's not. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it's trying to say. That's what I am saying, but whether it's right or wrong, I think so. It's what I believe.
Because only the insane people have purpose.
I might be insane.
Or people who have purpose
are insane in many ways.
Are insane in many ways. These are things that you create in your mind and believe it's true, isn't it? Right now, fighting for my country is my purpose. Right now, if it's necessary, I will fight, knowing fully well it's an unnecessary bloody fight. Yes, then you will fight only to the extent it's necessary. If you think this is your purpose, you would want to destroy the whole world for what nonsense you believe in, isn't it? Something is needed, we'll do it. With absolute involvement. There's no other purpose. The purpose of life is to live, and to live totally. To live totally does not mean party every night.
Yes, yes. That's something I think I said in the Osho video too, is the fact that, you know, you can't always… well, I don't know, Osho said you need to live moment by moment. I do believe in that. I do believe you need to live moment by moment every so often, but you cannot live like this is the only moment. To an extreme. Too much extreme is bad. To constantly think about the future all the time is too extreme. To constantly think about the every moment by moment day that you live in is too extreme. You need to have a balance, which I absolutely always believe in. It's a balance. It's the fact that you do need to live moment by moment, some or most of the time, depending, because you need to be in the moment, otherwise you're gonna miss that moment. The movie with Adam Sandler, I think called Click, that made me realize some things, that he's like fast forwarding through mundane work life because he wants to get a promotion, but he ends up missing a lot of because he's so focused on the future. Actually, wow. Okay, so in that movie, he's so focused on the future of the promotion, and he's constantly thinking of the future. He's missing the moment by moment life that he has with his kids, with his family. He's become so detached from that moment by moment that he's completely lost himself. Which what Osho said, which is either focus on the goal or focus on me, which is, wow. It's sad that the Osho video is going to come out hopefully tomorrow, but I just realized this now. But yes, holy smokes. Okay, that made so much sense now with the Osho video. Okay, yeah. Holy crap. So you need a balance. You have to think about the future, because if you don't, you could end up hurting yourself in the future. And having to handle the moment by moment in the future could end up being degrading, I think. So you need to think about the future, but you also need to think about the moment by moment. It's a balance between the two, my belief.
To live totally means, before you fall dead, every aspect of life has been explored, nothing has been left unexplored. Yes? Before you fall dead, even if you do not explore the cosmos, at least this piece of life you must know it in its entirety. That much you must do to yourself, isn't it? That's living totally. That you experience the whole of this, all dimensions of what this is. You did not leave anything untouched. You just do that. That will take a long time. That's enough, good enough purpose for you.
Okay. So yeah, that movie clicked. I really liked the movie. It had a very good message, but it wasn't until now that it kind of clicked. I understood that he was missing moment by moment life, but with Osho's video, it made me understand what Osho was saying along with what the video was. Basically, the video was an example of that. The fact that he was constantly living. I never thought about him living at the future. I always thought that movie to be about him just fast forwarding life and missing, you know, his family life, because he's just constantly fast forwarding. He's looking to the future so much, looking for that promotion, and he ends up missing the present, which is thinking about that in Osho, and then with Sadhguru, it was just crazy how that all kind of clicked together for me. Huh. So the movie was Adam Sandler. It clicked. I don't know if you want to watch it or not, but yeah, that was just a crazy moment for me for some weird reason. Okay, so Osho and Sadhguru definitely talked about what seemed like two different things to me. But I'm really glad I heard both perspectives, because it made a lot more sense, especially whenever Sadhguru said that if you have no purpose in life, then you can just live, which was another click for me, because while it made sense, but I guess it's still hard to understand. I can maybe see a lot of people not understanding that, because, you know, if there is no purpose in life, then what's the purpose of living? Because people cannot separate life and living, I suppose. I think those are two of one and the same, and maybe that's the reason why if you say there is no purpose to life, then you're saying there's no purpose to live. But maybe in the context of what Sadhguru and Osho are saying, that maybe those are in fact two different things. Again, I understand it, but I'm not quite fully grasping it, I'm sure. I guess the examples he gives is what really helps me out. But anyways, I think I ran really long again, so enough of me talking. So that's my reaction to what is the purpose of life with Sadhguru. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.